All right, Toy, and speaking of the holidays, 'tis the season, as you can see here. 'Tis the season for gathering with friends and family. Some of us will also bring our pets. It's also a time of year where people are traveling or they may be boarding their pets. And the canine cough that has been in the headlines for so long now has some people concerned. So we've thought it's time to bring in the dogologist. And joining us this morning is Marissa Squires and April and February.
That's right.
I've got April.
They're about to steal the show.
And you've got February. They always do, all the time. You know, when you look at an empty newsroom, when you arrive, you're like, where is everybody? They're near the puppies in the front. But thanks for joining us today. We'll talk a little bit more about these guys in just a bit.
Great.
But let's talk about this canine cough. What are the headlines? I mean, the headlines have been pretty scary.
The headlines have been scary. So I always like to say, in this day and age of social media, that's great. We're getting information, but not all of it is correct.
Right.
So the good news for Connecticut residents is that year over year, between 2022 and 2023, there have not been a percentage increases of respiratory illness. So that's important to keep in mind, that there's not a percentage increase currently.
Right, okay, so it seems like good news, but who's most at risk for this?
So the most at risk are going to be the very young, the very old, immunocompromised dogs, especially with issues like heart conditions or lung conditions, and brachiocephalic breeds. So those French Bulldogs,
right.
Boxers. French Bulldog is the #1 dog in the U.S. right now, so those owners have to be a little more careful.
All right, and you saw that map there. Are there dogs, catching the virus? I mean, not around here though, right?
So respiratory illness has been around for years, and it's actually been on the rise for about 2 years. So the good news is also that they don't think this is an entirely new pathogen.
Right.
It's not acting like that, or else that it would be spreading much faster.
She doesn't like the subject of it.
Yes, I don't think so.
All right, so what can people look out for? I was talking to you about my dog having a little bit of a cough, and of course you go there, you start thinking about it.
Exactly.
What are some things people can look for?
So just because your dog coughs does not mean you have to run to the veterinarian if they do not get better over the course of several days. And then the most important things to look out for are colored nasal discharge or ocular discharge, lethargy, and a change in appetite. So if you have, let's say, a lab who loves to eat and then suddenly is very sleepy and not eating, know your dog best, and that's when you should head to the vet.
Okay, all good things to know. And we've also seen some headlines that there's been a lot of area shelters that are kind of being overrun with people abandoning their pets. I know a lot of people tend to get pets this time of the year. You have New England Puppy Rescue. That's where these guys came from.
That's where these guys came from.
And tell us a little bit about these two in our last seconds.
Yeah, so these are months of the year puppies to celebrate all the puppies that we have saved this year.
Right.
We like to say pets are not presents, but if you are looking for a forever family member this season, you can go to NewEnglandPuppyRescue.com to learn more about these guys. There's 8 in their litter, and they are looking for homes for the holidays.
All right, NewEnglandPuppyRescue.com. And again, the main headline with the canine cough, there's nothing to really fear, but just kind of watch your pet, especially if they're in public settings, and if they want more information or they missed any portion of this subject, this segment here, you can go over to dogologyct.com.
Exactly. We've put a couple links there with the most up-to-date information, including a webinar with some canine infectious disease experts, so people can learn more.
Yeah, you did a huge webinar on this. Thanks for bringing that information. Marissa Squires from Dogology in Canton. You can always go and visit her there, and her website, dogologyct. All right, these guys really did steal the show. This one almost ate my mic, but thank you for coming in, and thanks for waking these little ones up. Oh, yep.
Yeah, and she's going to eat my mic.
There goes the mic.
There goes the mic. Yeah, she really wants to get on air. If you wonder what it sounds like
with our microphones in a dog's mouth, that's what it sounds like.
ASMR here.
Marissa, thanks for joining us this morning. We have more news and more weather coming up after the break. She's hungry.
Yeah.